Hello, Cozy Beard. How you doing? Good to see you. That audio output can go down a little bit, I think. Good morning, good morning. I don't know why the lighting is so bright, but we'll try that, shall we? Oh my goodness, the audio is really loud for me personally. Let me adjust that. So Cozy, you went on a trip recently, I think. How did that go? Legend, hello, how are you? It's good to see you both here. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy your lurk. I be good. How are we all, gang? Legend of Seats is taking a heckin' lurk. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy. Thank you for the workin' lurk. So for our poll, for which do you prefer, mountains or beaches, we got 50-50. We got 50-50 mountains and beach, and I can't decide myself, so we have another 50-50, honestly. I really delight in the beach, but the mountains are gorgeous. Trip was fun, but oof, sleep was not had. Aw, I'm sorry, but I'm glad that it was fun. I'm glad that it was fun. Hard beds. It do be like that. It do be like that sometimes. Legend says 2 votes from the couple and they voted different. Jay's here. Good morning, dude. How are you? He says, hey, y'all. See, we got 2 votes for beach, 1 vote for mountains, and as Legend said, the first 2 votes were from a couple. A married couple. And they voted completely different. But hey, that just means you guys can go on a tour and you'll enjoy different things. So while you're at the beach, the person who likes the beach can be passenger royalty. And when you're in the mountains, the person who likes the mountains can be passenger royalty. And you take turns, right? Or just let the baby drive. Well, good morning, everyone. I hope we're doing well. And if we're not doing well, I hope that you're able to find rest and hope and joy in today, even if it's not the best day. It is hard for that to happen, but I do want that for you guys. Well, before we begin, let's start with prayer. God, thank you for today. Thank you for all of my sweet, sweet people in this community that you have blessed me with. I pray that you would give them all just such a sense of your love for them and your goodness, and that you would show off in providing for them in ways that they could never have dreamed of. I pray that as we go through today, whether we try to accomplish things or just recover and recuperate, or somewhere in between, God, I pray that we would just have a sense of purpose today. And I pray that you would give my heart peace, as I've had some anxiety this weekend and this morning, and that you would heal all the people who aren't feeling well this morning. Amen. Thank you for joining me for that. Cozy says, baby can drive indeed. There's nothing wrong with an infant driving, right? Exactly. Especially not an unborn infant. I know technically the plural would be fetuses, but feti sounds so much funnier to me for some reason. Feti can totally drive. Alright, today I wanted to talk to you guys about small actionable steps. And because I think last time we talked a lot about dreams, and those are great and all, but what do we do right now? What do we do right now with the energy we have right now? What do we do with the resources we have right now? How do we take small actionable steps that matter in the right now? Because even if we can't fix everything that we think of and want to fix, or we create everything that we want to create, there's still something we can do right now, and what we can do and are capable of right now does matter. Because this is feti is a funny sounding term indeed. I don't know. Maybe that's the new vote. Screw mountains and beach. start a poll. Which is better, fetuses or feti? There we go. Heck yeah. And I feel like this is important for me because part of the anxiety I've had this weekend has been, whoa, there's so much I can envision about the future now for some reason. Like, I'm excited about the future, but then I go to start and it just feels so paralyzing to even think about, how do I even start? How do I do this? How do I even begin to tackle the dreams that God's given me? And something that he's been pressing on my heart is, you don't have to do that. I gave you the dream because I'm handling it, but you can take small steps in faith. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about. But I'm sure, as with every Neurodivergent Lily stream, we're gonna get off topic, as we have with the plural of fetus. Or split 50-50 on fetuses versus feti. Jesus, huh? Oh. I feel like that pretty much sums up. Yeah. Absolutely. Alright. So, last time we were talking about our companies, our businesses. We got a game store with Justin, a studio for Legend, a bookstore cafe for Jay. Schiller is currently running a tutoring business, and I am hydrating so I don't dehydrate before I start my corporation. But a corporation is a lot of steps away from where I am today. Like, that's scary. That's a lot. So instead, you know, I'm talking and it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like that's the topic that we're gonna go with. So God, what do you want me to talk about? Let's have a conversation. Guys, what's on your hearts? What's on your minds? What are you thinking about? I've told you guys what I'm thinking about, but what are you guys thinking about? While you guys answer, let me see if I can figure out a little bit of Streamlabs, shall we? Let's see. Because he says, thinking about how hecking amazing we are all doing. Heck yeah. You guys are doing amazing. Jay, I saw your post that you did really well in a take. It needs some editing, but you are happy with one of your takes, which I'm so proud of you. Jay says, thinking about how I'm learning JavaScript now. Ooh. That's so cool. So you're growing and you're learning. Cozy is growing and learning and keeping consistent, and I'm really proud of his efforts with the thumbnails. I've seen them and they're getting better and better every time. Jay, you've been working towards so many things and you have so many different interests, and that's so cool. And Legend is showing up and doing things, and I just saw Cozy's message and it made me giggle. So, also gonna water my plant, he said. We looked at the lease and it didn't say we can't have plants. So, got a tomato plant outside in a pot. As you should, Cozy, as you should. For those of you who don't know, Cozy is Justin. Same old Justin Umbreon we know and love, but just a little rebranded so that when we're on his streams, I practice calling him Cozy instead of Justin, because while he may be okay with that name out there, it's really hard for me to switch between Justin and other people's legal names, and then Cozy and Legend. And I'm like, I don't want to accidentally dox people. So thank you, Cozy, for switching to your corporate account. Jay says I need to re-record it, actually. Dude, no! I'm sorry. I know that's frustrating. Chat delay 0. Message animations enabled. Sound volume. Chat notifications are off. Platforms YouTube. Yep. Viewers platform icon? Yeah, sure. Okay. Cool. The votes are in for the poll from earlier. The plural of fetus is indeed feti. Them's just the rules, guys. Them's the rules. Them's the rules. All right. So we've got JavaScript, we've got recordings with Jay. Cozy has a tomato plant and streams and taking care of the house. Y'all are doing so cool. Legend is working and lurking as always because she is a heckin' legend. And I want to keep on showing up. That's kind of what I feel called to do right now, is like, I was so close to not showing up today. But I think it's really important that I do. Jay says my input volume on my mic was way too loud and the sound gate was like, is that background noise? I'm gonna get rid of it for you. No, Jay, that sucks. I hate that. Yeah. Would it help if I shared my settings for the karaoke stream? But no, it's not background noise. I'm just belting. Yeah. I put my mic at like the lowest quality or the lowest volume. And then on my Streamlabs, let me switch to the karaoke where I was just singing, I think. Is this it? Yeah. So this is what it looked like. And I had an entire mic dedicated to it. And there are absolutely no filters on it whatsoever. So it's completely raw. Jay says I fixed it, I think. But now I gotta re-record it to see if I did. Yeah. Chat was in the middle, wasn't it? Let's put it over there. Go back to just chatting. Cozy says, today's stream, new shirt I got for first Father's Day, even if it's as a dad-to-be. Heck yeah. I'm so happy for you, Cozy. Happy Father's Day. I hope it was a good one. Gotta pop my back. You guys are doing amazing. I'm really proud of you guys for showing up, and thank you for showing up to this stream. Okay. So it's gonna be a little bit like a quest list like before. And I'm going to switch to Let's try this. Yeah. Oh no. I'm too tall for my camera. That's better. I was too tall for my camera. Super glad that you got to enjoy Father's Day. All right. So in the quest list, I'm going to write down some of our goals. So for Justin, we got take care. Oh, just take care of tomato plant. Jay says congrats. Heck yeah, congrats. Jay says that he's got to re-record and that he's learning HTML, I think. No, Java. Java. There you go. Heck yeah. For me, I am gonna try and emphasize consistency in content creation. And with that, let's move this up a little bit. There we go. Bam. Because it says, thank you. Jay says, not Java, JavaScript. I just really want you to learn how to play Java Minecraft. It's just a Freudian slip. I'm sorry. I want you to play Java Minecraft. Jay says, those are completely different languages. Alright, it should be good now. Should be good now. In fact, it should be easier to read that as well. So, what are first steps? Actionable first steps. And you probably already know how to do this. But I'm doing this as a sort of like body doubling bit where sometimes I just need to think through it and process it with somebody before my brain can understand that those are the steps that I need to do. And sometimes it helps to have, like, for me, it's really hard for me to contemplate finishing all my homework, right? I do that and I'm like, that's going to take forever. But if I know what the homework looks like, if I can break it down into its constituent parts, I'm like, okay, well, I've done my photography homework before. I know that's 2 discussion board responses. I know that's 2 discussion board posts and 1 submission. I can do that. I know that the submission is going to take a little longer, so I start on that first. And I know that the discussion boards are going to be pretty easy, maybe 30 minutes each to do really, really well. And then I can break it down. And once I've broken it down, it's half solved because all I have to do after that is actually do the thing. with this, I'm hoping to do that with my content creation. Jay says JavaScript is the thing that adds interactivity to web pages. Java is a compiled language which was notably used to make Minecraft. Nice. So right there, Jay is demonstrating. So you want to do websites, right? That's something that you've expressed an interest in. You've shown us some of the websites you've made, which are so cool. And one of your first steps in doing that is to do JavaScript and to learn these different coding things. With Justin taking care of the tomato plant, let's break that down into different tasks. So Justin, or Cozy, let me rewrite this as the Cozy Beard. Cozy, what are some steps that you would have to do to take care of a tomato plant? Because I know we know this. Do we have to put in a pot? You already have it in a pot. You have it in a spot. Do you have to make sure that it gets enough sun? Water it. You have to keep track of its health. Those are my guesses. First step, put it back in its spot. Had to move it from storm. Ah. Put tomato plant in its spot. Water it, talk to it. Aw, you're doing the talking to it? I love that. For those of you who don't know, there was studies done that if you talk to... Hello, Shadow. Welcome in. Thank you for redeeming a hydrate. I will hydrate. But now you guys have to hydrate too. I hope you're feeling a little better. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. But yes, for those of you who don't know, there was research done that plants actually respond really well when you speak kindly and graciously to it. So I love that you're doing the talking to it so that it talks better. Although I did see a show where one of the plots was somebody pretended... What was it? Somebody didn't water the plants. So a teacher had their classroom do this exercise, and then one of the other teachers was like, I don't want to teach them that, you know, I want to... I don't know. I forget exactly what it was, but basically one of the teachers who worked at the same school sabotaged it by watering the plants that got talked to poorly and underwatering the plants that got talked to nicely, and so it started just like... started proving that bullying works by accident. Shadow says, water your lily, talk to the lily in a calm and soothing voice so as to not spook her. Ah! Yes, indeed. I am very easily spooked. For example, if you redeem a sound alert, I will probably react to. Shadow says, I need to water my cactus. Speaking of which, hey! Shadow. Cactus care. There we go. All of this should be 34.8. I'm gonna just make it 34. Y'all can read that. Shadow says, redeem sound alert. Girl. Back at you. Right, so what are our first steps? They're gonna be small. They're gonna be doable. They're gonna be relevant. And we know this because that's what Jay and Cozy are doing. I almost said Justin. I'm learning that. Jay and Cozy. And even Shadow is doing that by taking care of the cactus. So, water the cactus. So, putting the tomato plant in its spot isn't necessarily the most involved task. It's not necessarily the hardest task. So it's small, it's doable, but it's relevant, and it's directly contributing to the growth or the benefit of your goal. So we're gonna get a nice red arrow. First steps are going to be small, doable, and relevant that contribute to the benefit or progress of the goal, even just a little. Shadow says, hey Google, set reminder to water my cactus. I don't want to get out of bed right now. That's fair. That's fair. Alright. So, y'all are already doing first steps. So, now, what are our next steps? Once we take care of the tomato, once we re-record the thing, once we learn JavaScript, what are our next steps? Typically, they're still small, doable, and relevant because that's how you get a consistency in things, from my experience, but they're also going to be responsive. They're going to be future-oriented. And they contribute to the benefit or progress of the goal just a little, even just a little bit. So that's kind of the future-oriented vibe. Next steps, make pasta with said tomato. Heck yeah. And they reinvest in your environment. I just made that one up from what Shadow said. Scary. Scary. I feel like when I first start something, I have a lot of motivation and inspiration because I'm starting something new. There's novelty, there's interest, there's reason to do it, and I can envision that this is worth doing because I'm currently interested and I care about it. But then after a little bit of doing the first steps, they're small, they're doable, they're relevant, that they contribute to the progress or benefit of the goal, but they're so little, they're so small, that it's hard to see progress. My next steps end up being responsive. They need to keep the future in mind, but they need to reinvest in my environment so that I can sustain my efforts in taking care of whatever I'm trying to work on. Shadow says, no, don't listen to Sixth Shadow. She has no idea what's going on. But you've sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 messages, and I like listening to my friend. And with 10 messages, at least one of them have to be really good. 5 of them have to be decent. 3 of them have to be like, you know, a little wacko. And then I'll give you 2 that are like, maybe not. But so far, you know, like we can have the sketty and the meh, or the meh and the redeem sound alert as your maybe not, but I don't even think that's bad. I think it's all great. I love that you're all here. Alright, so if our first steps are going to be small, doable, and relevant, our next steps are going to be responsive, future-oriented, and reinvesting in our current environment. Shadow says maybe a future step could be to reflect on how far you've come, just to see your progress. Heck yeah. I don't know where to put this. Maybe right here. There. That works. I think you guys are thinking along the same path as me. Because what are our emergency prevention strategies? Because I don't know about you, but a crisis of attention is not an emergency for me anymore. It's just like, this again, right? You know, I know I said I would care about this and do this in the future, but, you know, it happens so many times that I forget what I wanted to do or what I said I would do, or it just gets so boring that I just stop wanting to do it. So, like, how do we keep in mind that we wanted to do this in the first place? What are our, maybe instead of emergency prevention strategies, maybe just reinvigoration plans? Guys, please come up with a better name for that. That sucks. Jay says, I saw a post about how someone was at a point in one of their projects where they were considering abandoning it for another. Yeah, this is what that's about, is when you're ready to abandon it, anti-abandonment plans. How to keep dopamine flowing. Ooh. We reflect on how far you've come to see progress. So, to put in fewer words, visualize your progress. Cozy says, love that idea, Shadow. Yes, me too. Jay says, once you're past the first tiny steps, certain projects start to feel too big to continue. Shadow says, I may not have a brain, but I do have an idea how to keep dopamine flowing. Also a trust process, and every project has an ugly phase. Amen to all of that. So next steps, they are going to contribute to the progress of the goal just a little bit, but they're also going to really help set you up for consistent, achievable, sustainable success. And then how to keep dopamine flowing. Cozy Beard says, for me with streaming, I remind myself that even the big content creators have moments of stagnant audience growth. I won't get new followers every day, heck, not even every week or month. But if I keep showing up, keep grinding, I'll get there when the time is right. Yeah. So visualize your progress. Remind yourself of your values and what truly matters, which I can rephrase as value check. And the most important, but often under-checked, is self-care. And this is kind of like responsive treatment, but also preventative and responsive. Meds check. Have you taken your meds today? I have taken one of my meds, and my usual bit about having chocolate as a med, I ran out of chocolate. I technically have chocolate chips, but I'm not gonna go that far because I have those saved for a special treat. Hydrate so you don't dehydrate. Hydrate so you don't dehydrate. I just hydrated, so y'all gotta hydrate now. Ha! Hydrate. So this is keeping dopamine flowing by visualizing your progress, value checking, and self-care. Preventative and responsive treatment plan for energy/effort expenditure. I don't know that makes sense to you guys. This is me kind of like... I had a plan for stream, and then I got a sense from God that wasn't what the stream is supposed to be. And so now we're just making things up right now, which I know you guys and I all thrive in, but that also means we're gonna be in first draft energy, right? Jace is for JavaScript and other coding stuff. I do chunks of whatever course I'm taking every day and reward myself with video game time when I'm done. Heck yeah. That is absolutely self-care. Okay, so what are our first steps? So this is me reflecting back on the structure. So I set up a structure, question what we do to contribute to something. Like, what's the theme behind these tasks? 2, question what are our next steps? Our next steps are going to be responsive, future-oriented, and then reinvest in our environment, leading to consistent, achievable, sustainable success. 3, question how do we keep dopamine flowing? Well, we're going to visualize our progress, we're going to value check, and we're going to do self-care, leading to... Random be good! Random BS, go! Jay says, for singing, the reward is often food, because singing directly after eating is not very cool. I went to my grandpa's house with my mom and a friend. You guys actually listened to this friend's music one time. Her name is Megan Starnes. She released 3 songs, and she's working on a 4th, and then she's also going to create others. I love her music, and I love her so much. And I figured out her song by ear, and so I was gonna play it for them. But we had just eaten a whole meal, and I was like, I could not get my diaphragm to expand because my stomach was full. And I was like, oh, this is the song I've been working on in voice lessons, and... Oh. So yeah... I understand that advice personally now, Jay. It's not very cool. In fact, I belonged in Legend of Beard's little me island in Tomodachi Life because I was burping a lot. All right. So, why are we keeping dopamine flowing? Where are we taking our first steps to contribute to the benefit or progress of the goal? Where are we taking our next steps to set us up for achievable, sustainable success? And why do we keep dopamine flowing? So we don't burn out. So we enjoy. Shadow says, what do you mean, Jay? I always drink so much milk and eat 5-course meals before choir concerts. Jay's like, it's not good for you. It's uncomfortable. Shadow's being snarky if you didn't get that. She's sick. Slash teasing. Yeah. But then also, Jay's responding exactly how I respond to Shadow. So it's just like this conversation I have experienced firsthand so many times. Like, I know I know they're joking. I know Shadow's joking, but also I have to impart this wisdom. At least drink water. All right, so we don't lose sight of the joy that started out. Bam. But my milkshake! You're such a silly goose today, Shadow. I love you guys so much. Alright. Ah! Oh, there it is. Alright, so if we have first steps, next steps, and dopamine flowing, how do I apply this to my life? Because, you know, I want to do stuff. I don't want to quit doing it. Shadow says redeem honk. No. No. I don't think I have a honk. I have a hootie. Hootie's like a goose.
Now I know what friendship tastes like.
Tastes like a bug. Tastes like a bug. Alright, so what are our first steps? For this, let's say my goal. Bam. Alright. Lily's goal. And it might be yours too. Who knows? We'll find out. Where the heck are my fonts? Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Shadow is silly goose. Alright, so mine is content creation. Specifically this one. The one that we're creating right now. I want to do content creation and not abandon this like a really good fic on AO3, okay? I want this to be one that I come back to, and not just like every 6 months or 6 years you get a chapter and you're like, oh, finally I get to drink the nectar of hard work and dedication. But I want to do... I saw Kosie's message and I lost my monologue. I want to... Let me finish my sentence, Lily. Lily, just finish your sentence. I want to be committed and show that I respect you guys and your time, because you're investing in this, but also our relationship as online acquaintances, friends, wherever you fall on this, because I'm also thinking about VOD viewers, and dang, not all the VOD viewers are my friends. It's true. We ain't got time for paranormal, paradoxical, parasocial relationships here. Excuse me, swallowed wrong. Mood. But yeah, I don't want to abandon this channel or this calling or this dream like I've abandoned so many Wattpad fics. I want to commit to this and let dedication show and see myself grow the way that all of you guys have been growing. And I've been growing. To read chat, finally. Because he says, now I start dishes. Ugh. Someone want to do them for me somehow? You got this. I believe in you. I think this calls for a 5-minute productivity challenge. I can't do the dishes for you, but I can do something, and that is a productivity challenge. You, my friend, you're gonna do the dishes. Cozy, you have that important quest to take care of. And I have laundry I need to do, and I've been putting off for days. This is something I need to take care of. So we're gonna get rid of the really comfy low lighting. We're gonna turn on the lights. I'm gonna go get my laundry. Jay, I don't know what you have to do. Shadow, you just rest, okay? Girl, you just rest. Maybe you draw something if you feel up to it. I don't know. Something that brings you joy. Does sleep count as productive? Yes. You rest, girly. You are rebuilding your body as you have war waging inside of your cells. I know, I'll get water. Okay, you get water, you hydrate so you don't dehydrate. Jay, I don't know what task you have, but we are going to set a 5-minute timer. That's an hour-long timer. We're gonna set a 5-minute timer. And, let's see. Can I set a 5-minute timer on YouTube? Can we do that? 5-minute timer. Yeah, I don't care, Spectrum. Let's do screen capture. Add source. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. Alright. 5-minute timer is started. Chow says we're setting a Saturn 5-minute timer. Alright. And I'm gonna switch the music to... I have a study playlist for this. Haha. That's not it. That's not it. Alright. Let's do something for 5 minutes. Alright, I got my laundry. I'm gonna put them away for as long as the timer goes. I just realized I never put on deodorant because I didn't leave the house, and I'm like, well, you know, do I really need to? But you know what? I value good hygiene. So I think in the future I'll do things that make it easier for me to care about that, even if I'm just streaming. And you guys can't smell me. the other side because I'm just covering my face up. Mandatory puppy break, by the way. Mandatory puppy break. If you have puppies, yeah, mandatory. On my end, at least. Yeah. I can't find my mouse. There it is. All right. Guys, we did 5 minutes of productivity, or at least we started on something in that 5-minute time. I don't know about you, but starting is it's funny. I was just saying in the, when we were on this screen, I was saying how starting is like the hardest thing for me, or the easiest thing for me, but when it comes to little tiny steps, oh my gosh, starting is so hard. Let me stop yelling. Listen to the music. There we go. Bring it back up for you guys. And let's do a cozy video game. There we go. Maybe a little better. Cozy says, didn't finish, so I'll finish ASAP, but I got mini dishwasher loaded, so now the stuff that won't fit. Heck yeah. Yeah. And I didn't finish either. But for me, my task isn't necessarily laundry, but it is being here for people and helping them start things. And it sounds like you got a really good beginning on that, so heck yeah. Go Cozy. Shadow says, we're setting a Saturn 5-minute timer, referring to when it went to an hour long. The days are longer, so 5 minutes is close to Earth hour. That's totally made up, by the way, not gaslighting. I appreciate the clarification. I think it's something like that. I don't know that it's an hour specifically, but you are right. The times on Earth versus the other planets are different, indeed. Alright. So for me, let's set a goal. Let's set a goal. A SMART goal. This is something that we have learned. Yep. Well, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. This is something I learned in school. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Meaning, I'm not going to say my goal is this channel, consistency in content creation. That's really, really, really vague. And I'm not going to just say, I want to be a CEO of a corporation, necessarily. Because That's specific, but what corporation? It's not specific either. Instead, we're gonna define the goal. I want to reach 2,000 subscribers on YouTube by December 2026. Let's say that. I don't know that I actually want to on this channel necessarily, but let's say that I want to do that. What would my first... This is specific because we're talking about... It's not specific enough. Neurodivergent Lily channel by December 2026. So that's specific. We know exactly what my goal is, where, and whatnot. It's measurable. It's 2,000 subscribers. So we see how many that we're looking for. There's a number we can measure it by. It's achievable because it's not like I'm going from 0 to 2,000 out of nowhere with no experience whatsoever. It's, okay, I've been doing this for 10 years. I have an interest in this. You guys have brought me to 1,000 subscribers, so it's reasonable that if I commit to it, I could double that. So I think it's achievable and realistic in a way. It's not like I'm gonna go viral. That wouldn't be specific, and I don't think that would be realistic. And then it's timely because we have by December 2026. Cozy says 50 followers on Twitch and YouTube by this time next year. That is definitely achievable. I feel like it might be a little too achievable for you. You have 12 months to do that, and you've already gotten nearly to... I think you have 28 followers on Twitch, last I checked, and that's in a couple of months. So just double that, and you're past 50 follows on Twitch. I think you could probably say by December, honestly, Cozy. Shadow says I totally didn't empty a liquor bottle to use as a water bottle because I was too lazy to do dishes. Shadow, are you drunk? Girl. Are you okay? I hope you had food with that. I hope you have eaten something. Alcohol in an empty stomach is a no bueno. At least eat something with that, please. Woo. And maybe not be on the internet while you're drunk because... No, I dumped it in the sink. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that either. You poor thing. Oh, please take care of yourselves, okay? Because he says, girl, I will teleport and give you carb-heavy food if I must. He will. Justice, I'm drunk off my fever enough. I was gonna say. Mercy. Bless your heart. God, please help her feel better. Please heal my friend. Poor Shadow. Oh. Alright. Because he says heard the possibility of drunkenness and Dad and me just ran to make sure safe. I says, but now I have a 2-liter water bottle. Alright. You're very creative. Oh, I love you. Please take care of my friend. I'm glad you have water. Oh, mercy. Alright, so if I want to reach 2,000 subscribers on Neurodivergent Lily by December 2026, what are our first steps? We're going to do small, doable, and relevant. So, small step is going to be, what's something that's small for me? I'm also trying to think of what's small for you guys as well. Because what's small for me isn't necessarily small for other people. So, although what's small for all of us isn't necessarily what's small to other people either, because we're just a little neurospicy in this community. Just a tad. Shadow says, in my defense, I've never been drunk. Okay. I love you. I know that you're a responsible human being, and I trust that you will take care of yourself. I just also really hope that you are actively taking care of yourself while you don't feel well from a fever, because that fevers suck. Alright, so small step towards 2,000 subscribers. Just a little, I take offense to that. Just a little neurospicy. Just a little. And by a little, I mean like this much. And let me go to just chatting. This much neurospicy, in the sense that if you start from this end and you wrap it all the way around the world and come back to this finger, we're that much neurospicy, right? That's how neurospicy we are. Shadow says, I'm a lottle neurospicy, like an axolotl. Alright. So SMART goals, reaching 2,000 subscribers. First steps. First small step. Decide what content I'm gonna do. And doable step. Let's decide what content I'm gonna do is a small doable step. But now onto the doable. What's something I can actionably do towards 2,000 subscribers? Write down 10 video ideas / stream ideas. Let's just do content ideas, because it doesn't have to be a video. It can just be a live stream. And then relevant. What is relevant to that stuff? Decide thumbnails, titles, and descriptions for those 10 content ideas. That gets us started. That gets us moving. That gets us working, I guess. And then what are our next steps? These are going to be responsive to the steps that we took. They're going to be future-oriented and reinvest in my environment. So any benefits that we get from our first steps and our next steps, we want to reinvest. Alright. So let's actually start on the first small step. Ah! Streamlabs says hydrate so you don't dehydrate. Thanks, Streamlabs. Great timing as always. Alright, step 1. I am really liking the Sunday community streams. Monday, CEO Path streams. Wednesday, co-working. And then I'm hoping in July to do a Friday gaming streams. And then I'll just get rid of streams in the other ones. And then I also like random shorts from those streams. I kind of missed the cosplays, so I might throw in shorts in the streams themselves. I feel like that would be fun. I like playing music, so that could be one of the content ideas. So, Sunday community streams. Music, art, cosplay shorts, chaos, gremlins. What is that? What did you do? You just gifted silver star jewels? What does that mean? Thank you. What does that mean? What did you just do? What? Say what? What just happened? Is it a super chat? No. Is that a super sticker? I think it's a super sticker. No, I don't see any stars. Huh? I know. What it... Thank you? It's like bits, but for YouTube. I don't know. I got 50 jewels free. What? Well, thank you. Cozy says dollar store cosplays is an idea, like showing how cosplay doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. But Cozy, it did. Cozy, it did have to cost an arm and a leg for me to do cosplay. I had to get the rights from Disney, and they required an arm and a leg. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. That's cool as heck. That is pretty cool. What the heck? Well, thank you. Oh no, not you, Gemma. So when I express gratitude in the form of 2 words, thank you. Oh, thank you. That's so cute. Wait, so did that cost you money? Please, are you spending money on me? Thank you. Please don't spend money if you... It's under the gift box. I'm on mobile. I'm so perplexed. I'm looking at... I can't show all of my details over here, but, gifts. See all. You did a super chat in 2024. It will cost money, but the first 50 were free. Don't worry. Well, thank you. Jay says, what? That's so perplexing to me. Yeah, I can do... So, I guess gifts? Are they gifts? Because it said sent flower for 30 jewels. Sparkles. Sent sparkles for 2 jewels. What the heck? That's... Thank you! Supers and highlighted membership messages will show up here. If you change filters, this filter will only show your last 100 fan funding messages. I think I'm set. Dang. Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you. That's also very cool. I didn't know that was a thing. I think each jewel is like a penny. Interesting for you. That's very interesting. Orders, commission. Oh, I can do commissions through YouTube? Alright, am I gonna dox myself if I press these buttons in front of you guys? Just real quick. Real quick, do I dox myself if I press these buttons in front of you guys? As long as I don't... Oh, I can even go to the overview. Okay, this is fine. Alright. Now I get a cool sound effect when I type. Neato. Wow, your channel's views are up 225% as you publish more videos and got more views per video than before. Wow, tell me more. Over the last week, you've been publishing more videos, driving more viewers to your channel. On average, you also got more views per video than before. Something about the topic or format of these videos is particularly attractive to your audience. Great work! Yeah, those are called... your most successful recent videos. Still can't believe Mari predicted this. Cannibalism and bananas. Cat gambles. That tracks. That tracks. Thank you. Jay says this is so interesting. Right? Aw, everybody likes the giggle compilation, apparently. I also like the giggle compilation. Watch time. Yeah, so whenever I upload a short, it goes up like the day after because, except for cannibalism and bananas, I don't know why. Whoa, I got 4 subscribers when I upload the campfire song. But don't worry, I lost a subscriber yesterday to make up for it, or Saturday, I guess. We have every time my 2 members subscribe again. Content. Thank you, Shadow. It's very sweet of you. We're so close. We do have a funny number. We do have a funny number, guys. We have a funny number. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I have a feeling that since some people didn't get sleep this weekend, I shall respect that and not say the funny number because it's not funny to all of you guys. All right, shorts only, watching both, live only. Interesting. Publish content. Wow, did you guys know I live stream the most, and then I post second most, and then shorts the third most, and then videos the least most? Cozy says YouTube shorts are weird. I got one on 7 views, and I thought it would be big given it's my rival in my Nuzlocke having a shiny. Yeah. Part of that has to do with like your... We'll have a chat about that. I'll info dump to you when it is... when I have all of the brain cells for that. New viewers, 96.4%. Oh, this is where people take screenshots from. It's literally just audience. Then you go down. We have shorts, more than usual, and then videos and live. Everybody watches everything. But that's also because a lot of people just like... Not a lot of people watch my content in general. So... like, the more views you get, right, the more polarizing your analytics will be. So, I have more nuanced information than I did when I first started, and I literally had 100 and below. But now I have 1.61 thousand. I have more nuanced data, but compared to somebody who is actually going to care about formats your viewers watch on YouTube, I still just have the people who watch are going to be people like you guys who care about anything. And you'll see 71.0% are my subscribers. That's you guys. And the bigger you get, the bigger the ratio between not subscribed to subscribed will be. So not subscribed will grow, and the watch time from subscribers will go lower because they're pursuing growth typically. For me, I've just been trying to do something. You'll see I have 69. Hey, there's a funny number. 69.2% are male, 30.8% are female, which is interesting because it used to be 60% female and the other percent was male. Over shorts, it's the same, but over live, it's pretty equal. Geographies, most are from the United States. I've lost my Australia viewers, can't imagine why. United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Philippines. Hey, I know who's in Germany. You can see Canada and United Kingdom for a lot. YouTube shorts are weird indeed. Shadow says, hit, funny number. I think it's every time anybody comments or chats. Oh! You know what? I think I did that. I think I did that. Affiliate program. Hey, product click. I think I did that because I was showing this button and my mom clicked it. That doesn't really count. Alright. Audience? So here are my analytics. They really don't mean anything unless I actually put effort towards doing things. And then it, like, we see change to it. Changes data. So is no change unless... I'm just gabbing. I'm just gabbing. Yes, I designed YouTuber Lego sets. Moist. This is a new video to inspire me for sure. Shadow says, ooh, products. Cozy says, rip. Shadow says, heh, funny number. Let me see community. Good luck. Yeah, I've been trying to do transcribed voice, or I've been trying to do voice replies more often. I'm streaming. You want to say hi, Mom? Hi, Mom. My mom lost her voice, so she just said, hi, Mom. I stream. I don't think they can hear you. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, hold up. Hi. Stream. Alright, welcome back home. She ran and met me. Good. She's prancing. Okay. You happy your mommy's home, Glory? You wanna go see her? Oops, so sorry. Hey, you have my lip gloss, Gemma. Gemma. We have Jay, we have Shadow, we have Cozy, we got Legend lurking and working. Mom says hi and she loves you all. Cozy says, honey tea, it'd be good for the voice, rest well. She says, oh, that I could. Yeah, she's got even more restrictions on food than I do, for health issues. But yeah. What kind of tea? Cozy, what kind of tea? I don't know. Just honey tea, it'd be good for the voice, rest well. Honey. Oh. Is it honey tea or a different type of tea? Is that what you're asking? Okay. Well, there's a little bit of lag, so you'll have to wait a second. Or you could join stream. There's not lag, there's just no audio. You're muted. What? And still lag, apparently. Honey lemon tea works well in my experience, says Cozy. She says, awesome, thank you. Jay says, peppermint green tea is his favorite. Jay's favorite is peppermint green tea. She says, thank you. She said something else, but I couldn't understand. Shadow says, peach ginger tea. And now she's laughing. She's like, there's so many tea recommendations. She thanks and loves you all. With the little honey. She started clapping. Oh my goodness. Legend says, tea. Does Bub like tea? Hey, look, I'm live! Who knew I was live? I didn't. Oh, I'm still really loud on here. Hold up, let me bring the suppression down. Or up. Suppression up. You'll see somebody enjoyed giving it a dislike, which is great. I love seeing the difference, because, like, 75% learning to build in Minecraft. I think I know who the one dislike was. We banned them. Yeah, usually I get 100% on those because most people don't join for long enough to give input. Lighting things on fire for school got 149 views, which was interesting. Okay, let's look at shorts for a hot second. We've got things scheduled. We've got things partially blocked. Most of the time... Okay, I was gonna say most of the time I don't get comments, but I've been getting comments for some reason. Legend says, was previous message too long? I don't know. Did you send a message earlier? I haven't seen you respond except for, tea. Shadow says, I have some tea called black and blue tea. It's blueberry, anise, vanilla, Earl Grey, and stevia. Interesting. Posey says, I'm not seeing any messages held for review, so I don't know. Weird. Sometimes I have Streamlabs. Let's just look at Streamlabs. Let's just look at stuff. Don't forget to mob Streamlabs. I have. What are these? Go live horizontally and vertically on Twitch with Streamlabs desktop. Yeah. I'm gonna try that later. Like next month. Jay says, me neither. Yeah, I don't know. We have... Oh, paragraph protection is off. So sometimes I have paragraph protection, but I turned it off because it was bugging me. And you guys. So it shouldn't cancel it. Modules. Chat alerts. Shoutouts. This is for Twitch, though. I still try. This is supposed to highlight Jay. But it's just going to, it's unfortunately just going to link to my channel. See, this is where it took me. So... add streamer. Let's see, what's the cozy beard? The dash. Cozy dash beard. Confirm. Add streamer. I know it's not streaming, but Legend of Seats. We got a couple streamers. Or at least content creators. Shadow says sometimes it just eats comments, I found out. Yeah. Okay, what did I do to make everything so loud? Tipping? Whoop. 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 There we go. That's better. You know what? Let's view a site. Let's do a site. Do we have a site? Donate. We can donate. Merch. Do we have merch? We have merch! You guys can buy merch, apparently. Goat. We have stereotypical white dude modeling the merch. Shadow says reloading usually helps. And Cloudbot. Loyalty store. Whoa. What's going on? Oh no. Oh no. Can I redeem high? Redeem. Hi. Yo! Robs the bank to buy the merch. Oh, there we go. Redeem. The goat. Yeah, so if you are a mod, we use that as like a mod alert. I did try to make it so that only mods could use it, but I couldn't, so I just made it so that mods have a lot of points. Hi! Hi! That was me. That was just the echo again. Yeah, okay. Ooh, sponsorships. You need a Twitch account for sponsorships. Got it. Got it, got it. Nah! Turn off notifications. There we go. Now it should stop doing that for us. Alright. Oh wait, I was over here for a reason. So, YouTube Shorts. If you look at the shorts, let's just go to YouTube. Used to be the first thing you see is a bunch of shorts, and maybe it still is on. Let's click this and mute it so that we can enjoy this here. All right. Used to be we had a bunch of shorts first up, but we don't anymore. It's been pushed down to a bunch of just like normal size videos. They're advertising YouTube Premium for a hot second, and then they go back to normal, and then they go to shorts. So really it's about the same thing. It's 3 rows of normal videos, and then an advertisement has been placed in there. And we have the shorts. So let's look at the first 5 suggested shorts and see what they have. We have somebody talking, holding an interesting mug. They're centered, which is typical for vertical streaming things. We have text, which is getting your attention. It's telling you what this is about. Usually for long form content like this sort of content, your title is going to tell you what that's about, but nobody looks at the title. So that's really just for the algorithm in shorts. You want to give the title in the video itself for YouTube Shorts, and then have a hook. So I'm 31 years old, and 6.5 years ago, I quit a salary, 5-figure job to go full-time into content creation. And that's a hook because people are gonna be like, okay, so 31 years old, I'm near 31 years old maybe. 6.5 years ago, okay, so she's got experience doing whatever she's doing now. I quit a salary, 5-figure job. Why would she do that? To go full-time into content creation. Wow, so I would love to do that. That's kind of my dream. That's fantastic. And another thing I'm noticing is she's talking straight to the camera, so you know who it is. You have a personable connection to this stranger on the internet. And then it cuts into B-roll. That's what it's called, where this shot right here is A-roll because she's the one talking to the camera. And then it goes into B-roll, which is other shots over that audio that stay the same. What's going on, Streamlabs? I don't know. I think I finally turned Streamlabs thing on, and now it's actually pretending that you guys sent a message for the first time. We still have the title, but we are 2 seconds in. 1 second in. We are 1 second in, and we've already switched to another like part of the video visually. So we're very attention intense here. We've shot it aesthetically, right? It's you know, fine for visual. But then it's also 2 seconds in, we're already changing it for visual interest. Another second goes by and we go to a new one. Another second goes by and we go to a new one. They're all related to how I'd quit my job again if I could. because it's content creation. She connected it to content creation. Then we have a fancy transition to show that we're moving on to the actual like interest thing. We're talking about hundreds of creators, how I did it. So that's her proving her value as a creator. And now she's doing step 1. So now you're like, ooh, step 1. This is a list of things. People really like lists. So step 1, quitting number. And she's probably going to talk about this stuff and give you stuff. But those first 10 seconds, I would say, basically established, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I really want to interest you in my content. And then the rest of it is the actual content, right? And then the title, how I would quit my job again if I could. Same exact thing. Emoji, shorts. It doesn't really matter what you do in the title. Description. I don't actually know if the shorts matter for descriptions or not. But I do want to highlight, quit my job is a hot word, or a SEO hot word. In fact, I should have live streams. Where is it? SEO. Here it is. So if we do business content creation, let's see what SEO she uses. Quit my job. Job. We have 9 to 5. And instead of splitting it, let's just do this, because I feel like it was getting a little like flashy vibes, and I don't like that. Amazing company. Get paid well. Content creation. Everyone should quit their job. In quotes. Full-time content creators. People who want to work for themselves. Build something of their own. Create more flexibility. Map out your next steps. Hi. We have a Gemma saying hi. And then save this so you can come back to it and let me know what you think in the comments. So we have quite a few SEO things going on without anything whatsoever. But keep in mind, this is for business and content creation. That's her own thing. This is her niche. And so that works for her. But what works for her doesn't work for other people. This is a little more gaming vibes. Cozy says, interesting. So funny stream moments may not always be a good short. It's not always going to be a good short. It's not always going to be a bad short. It's just a different type, so you study a different type. Here, we have a short. It's a clip from a stream. It's apparently a funny moment. We see context over the middle. I think, so Twitch has this thing where if you clip it, you can now split it between the streamer's face cam and what's happening in game. So Scarcy's Doc's prank, we have the title in here giving context, and then we have the streamer and what's going on. We have captions, which is another automated thing in Twitch clips. The value here is we're seeing Scar, and we're seeing Scar and Doc and Prank all together in a Hermitcraft thing, and we're like, ooh, I love Scar, I love Doc, I love Hermitcraft, I love pranking on the Hermitcraft server. All these things are interesting things. Scar is an interesting face. Scar is a familiar and beloved face. And so all of these things, plus the fact that we're in Hermitcraft, we're like, oh my gosh, we love this. And then it's just like, you want to know what Doc's prank is going to be. That's all part of the lore. You're familiar with Hermitcraft. This is what the assumption of the short is. And so you start... You're intrigued because of the name dropping, because of the location, because of what it is. I'm guessing... Yeah, Scar is talking. So we hear a familiar voice, so we trust this voice, so we're gonna stay, because we're curious about what happens with Scar and Doc and whatnot. Because we're interested in that. We go to the description. There's nothing in the description that's really valuable for this. We can do it. We can do it. We see Scar, Doc, Prank, Revenge, Etho, Hermitcraft, VOD, Tango Tech. I don't think the person who did this, funny number, I don't think the person who made this clip cared about growth or views or anything. They tagged games because it's Minecraft. They're just a channel that posts clips from Hermitcraft and people value that. So that's the value there. So let's go to the next one. No advice, please. I recently moved and as a physically disabled person, what's inaccessible to me in my new apartment? So here's the title again. We have somebody centered in the center. We have no advice, please. That's something that she did as like a chat management system. We have a video description, which is great. So this is just, I moved. Moving is a keyword. Inaccessible and new apartment and features. Those are all different things that you might look up if you're in disability awareness, trying to look at some of the things that Sarah Todd Hammer is speaking out on. She's a disability advocate and activist. So these are things that are relevant to her niche as a disabled person who does content on YouTube about disability, accessibility, and activism. She left a comment that's pinned so you can see it. Comments are definitely helpful on videos and shorts to get people talking. But it's not, you have to get the people there first. And that's kind of like the algorithm bringing the shorts out and then the content that makes them stay. So we have captions. Captions are in all of these because a lot of people are going to view it muted. This is 10 seconds in of the same shot, and then we have another, I want to say 10 seconds, 15 seconds in this new shot. But she's talking the whole time and talking about things, and it's very informational, so it fits her niche. And that's what matters. Let's talk about this podcast does not exist. This is an example of over-the-top editing that can only exist if you have a whole team working for you. As you can tell, it gets a lot of views and a lot of likes because they put a lot of effort into this, but also it probably took them hours and hours and hours of work to do just this short minute-long video. So, very, very short. We have a familiar face and a familiar voice. Human beings are creatures of habit. We've got very interesting changes in the text, the font, they're dynamic. They're not just on the screen, they're moving. Now they're changing, so there's one at a time, so you're like, oh, what's happening? You can't read ahead and spoil it for yourself. You're kind of hooked. You change the view. You have a visual. Everything he says has some sort of visual, and then he's talking about, like, I don't actually know what's happening, but like 4:30 a.m. is a stereotypical podcast dude, CEO productivity thing. Name dropped Dude Perfect, Peloton. Really inane details that, like, why are they including these details? I don't know. 6 a.m. You know, I know what you're gonna say. That sucks. And let me tell you, it does. So you set them up. This is like all of the Owl House is built on setting you up for like a trope and then a subversion of that trope. So instead of like, here's the value to that, he's like, actually, it just sucks. That's it. At breakfast, it's really aesthetically pleasing. I bet they didn't even set that up. That's too pretty. 7:30 a.m. Try to find my dog. Where's my dog? I don't know. And then it just starts to devolve. And this is kind of like, he's part of a bunch of comedians. He's a comedian himself. And so you kind of expect this from him. So you are watching, and the more normal it is in the beginning, you're like, you know, let's see where it turns out weird. And if not, this is a rarity. So for Sam Reich, the fact that it's normal in the beginning, you're hooked because it's different. Usually it's unhinged. And this is so stereotypical. You're like, either this is a rarity, this is novelty, this is really, really rare because he's never normal, or it's, how are we going to subvert this? This is interesting. Because he says, should practice captions with editing. Jay says, most of my editing stuff involves captions. We want to talk about captions? Bet. Let's go back here. Let's go to home. Let me show you how I create a short. We go to Canva, we hit create. Oh, Jay, let me do a brief Canva tour. Let's do it in free version. Canva.com. Now, if you don't have an account, you log in and you join whatever. It's a pretty standard user interface for logging in and creating your own account. It's going to ask you to start your trial. Just say no to all of that. Don't even do the free 30 trial, because you're going to have to remember in 30 days to unsubscribe from that, and I never remember. So what will you design today? It introduces you to the opportunity to search your designs, folders, and uploads. These are things you yourself have already created. So on the account that I've done a lot of things, you'll see there's so many things. Oh my gosh. So it's really useful, this thing, to go, let's go thumbnails. And then we get all of my thumbnails. So this is for my Spanish tutoring channel. This is for this channel. And then you can also scroll down to Canva templates, and you can see other people's thumbnails. They're not the best, but they're something to work from if you want to do something like this. These are included in Canva Teams. Let's see. Thumbnail. Can't find anything. Check that a typo hasn't snuck in, or if you're after a little inspiration, explore Canva templates. So, because I had all of these to go from in my designs, it just automatically did Canva templates. But with this, I don't have anything, so it's just like really subtle, and you can click that. But what you're probably more into is to press this button, create, on the left-hand navigation menu. Infinity says, hello, hello. He says, captions take very long but are necessary. Agreed. So you'll see, what will you design today? We have the search bar, which is just for once you get started and you have a lot of things to go through. To the left, you'll see another navigation menu bar. You'll see open menu, and you'll see all of your recent designs. When you have a bunch of them, it looks like this. It's just a list of all of them. You can look at your plan, you can invite people to your plan, etc., etc. But when you're in the free and you have no designs, it just looks really blank like this. How you doing, Infinity? How's your day going? Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. We're doing a little Canva tutorial. Next up, you'll see projects, and as you can see, I have a bunch of images from Palstrom's project, but I don't have any like actual folders myself. If you go to templates, you can see a bunch of templates. So these are shorts form content sort of things. You have AI, unfortunately. Trending near you, 4th of July. This is things happening near me physically off of location data that I didn't give it permission to take, unfortunately. But it's not going to it's not going to dox you, because it's just like templates, not actual invitations other people made for you and your space. It could also be trending near you in your interest areas, which I think is funny because I'm not in Canada. Tara says, I need to learn Canva. Totally haven't been paying attention. Canva's top picks. World Cup fever starts here. Impress the galaxy. Think in visuals. Design with Peppa. What the heck? Peppa Pig is sponsored by Canva. Got it. Or Canva is sponsored by Peppa? I'm not sure. And then it'll take what you've looked at and used in your past. So I used to use this account for my school. So you'll see a lot of PowerPoint things and like business looking things and a little bit of teacher stuff towards the end as well, I think. Mind mapping right there. That's from teaching. Portfolio, also from teaching. Resume, that's from teaching. Yeah, so and then creating content online. Let's look at this. This is kind of interesting. So when you find a template you like, for example, it gives like an example of what it'll look like and what you can use it for. You can pick how it's really pushing like how you can pay them to use this template. I'm just gonna use it. It's paid, so I can't use this template. How do you know? You've got a little Canva business premium thing right there. So if we go back here, some of these things are free. Like this one, mind map. There's no premium thing, and because it's not premium, they're not trying to get you to pay to use it. So customize this template and you automatically have this. So mind map, let's say your goals are to brainstorm content. Your goals are to create 10 bid ideas. And then craft titles, thumbnails, and then descriptions for each. Right? So if you don't feel comfortable doing the sorts of things that I'm doing, just like this, or you want somebody else to design it visually in a cute way, you can absolutely do this. And I use this a lot of times for if I need something visual to submit for school. I'll do this because I am not designing this whole thing for school. School can get my dredges of my creativity, okay? And then it's always going to tell you that you can start your new trial for way more. And I say no thank you. So you can do a lot of cute things with it, even for free. There's just so many things that you need Pro for if you want the templates. But if you're creative and you want to do it yourself, you absolutely can. You can absolutely do it by yourself in non-pro mode. Infinity says, I've been doing good. I have been playing Toho 10 recently. I got to stage 6 using 1 continue, but I haven't beaten Kanako final boss yet. Dang, good job. You've got this. I bet you'll beat Kanako. Vacaciones juntas. I see lesbians. Oh, it's so loud. Okay, I think I learned how to turn this down earlier. You right-click the volume and you go down. This is not very gay. In Pride Month? Okay. SMH. So we can have that. We can get rid of that. You'll see all of that is free to use. Use a template. Mi vida. I'm going to turn the music down really quick. So this is assuming you have a bunch of good photography to put in there and you know how you want to use it and stuff. Shadow says, add quote, I see lesbians. Successfully added quote 69. Tips de fotos en verano. So as long as you're avoiding these little crown things, dab on those haters. I'm a hater. That was a really lame video, and so is this one. So really, Canva is only good if you have content to give it already. Which is great for you guys, because I have a lot of shorts already. Let's say we have a short and we want to add it. Let's do... I'm sure this short is fine. Let's drag and drop this media. Oh, this is the one that ran... Oh, I already edited this. Whoops. Let's do this one. Delete that. You just drag and drop. So this is on the left, you got templates. Templates are all the things that I showed you. Elements are going to be things like shapes, which are literally just, you remember the mind map earlier? These are shapes. This is like a circle. This is a square. This is a circle. This is a rectangle. I think, what is it? R is for rectangle. S is for sticky note. C is for circle. T is for text. Stuff like that. So if we're over here, you can also just get these by themselves by going into elements and clicking shapes. Then you go back, you go into graphics, and these are cute little like drawing things. So let's say that we're doing a Juneteenth thing. None of this has anything about Juneteenth, but these are featured ones. So you can do a heart, but it is premium. But you can add it to this. It's just a matter of what's free and what's not. So like this heart is free. This rainbow is free. Gay! Blossom. Trans royalties. Pride power. Yas queen. Too cute to be cis. All of these are free, you guys. So if you want to be really cringe with your Pride Month, that's totally fine. Non-binary of your business. It's non-binary in my business. Bi represent. Stay queer. Screaming colors. That reminds me of a Studio C sketch. So we've got all of these things. You can do a gradient, and you'll see it doesn't, because it's a gradient, it doesn't like fully cover my face, but it does towards the bottom. You can do animations, but again, these are all like, yeah, that's disturbing. You'll see the watermark on things that you can't use pretty quickly. But I could add really cool glasses to myself. Y'all are convincing me that the campfire song... But you would have to keep track of it. It's a really ridiculous way. You can't really... Ooh, we could do an explosion for free, guys. Oh my gosh. So those are basically elements. You can also add animations, which we kind of already talked about. You can do photos, like genuine, just photos of explosions or flowers or whatever. You can do videos, stock video footage. Say you want to... Y'all are convincing me that the campfire song is different from the one I already did. I haven't watched SpongeBob. This is so cool, isn't it? Jace is too cute to be cis. Me for real. If you want to add in some random person walking... Y'all are convincing me that the campfire song is different. You're absolutely able to. Because this is totally you. This is totally all of us. As is this random lady.
Y'all are convincing me that
We're all unidentifiable women in sunglasses in canva shorts. Yep. That's me. Backgrounds. Oh, this is premium, so can't use it. But not all of them are going to be premium, because if you want bubbles, that's fine. This is okay. I'm not using Canva for video editing. Where are all these random people? Yep.
Y'all are convincing.
Legis is redeemed by. Thank you for coming. Good to see you. Have a good bye. There you go. Bye. Bye, Legend. Thank you for coming. It was good to see you. Can we do captions? I think you should be able to do them. Let's generate. Let's get rid of majority of these things, right? This is a slider, so we're super. You'll see 144, 145, 146. These are seconds, right? And then if I slide the slider down, all of a sudden we're in increments of 30 seconds. So this is in increments of seconds. So this is 30 times the zoom in as before. So if you want to select everything. I just said sorry I can't stay. I'm a bit overwhelmed right now. Love ya. No worries. Thank you for coming, and it's good to see you. Take care, and I'm proud of you for protecting your spoons. Proud of you. Jason Streamlabs, what? Why did you do the shout out when Legend misspelled the bye thing? Because it perceived that as Legend's first message since I updated that command. Every time somebody throws in a new message for the first time, it's just a little cray-cray. Yeah. Proud of you for taking care of yourself, Legend. Alright, so I just deleted everything. Cozy Streamlabs is whack. Alright, so let's generate captions. I'm going to select this. It's in purple. That's how you know it's selected. Select this. It's in purple. That's how you know it's selected. Generate captions. Enjoy these moments of calming silence as we gather all the right words for you. Cozy says the delayed echo. Yep. Shadow says, protect your spoons. Indeed. Alright. So... So I'm going to hit Control and use the zoom in scroller on my mouse to zoom in. I'm going to use this rectangle thing on the text. So it created a bunch of text automatically in captions. And so if your mouse, let's see. Can I zoom in for you guys so you can see what I'm saying? Making sure Legend protects spoons? Heck yeah. So, usually your mouse looks like this. You see there is white circles on here, and your mouse changes into like a zoom in and out mode. That makes the whole thing bigger. You can do that, and you'll see that this number changes as this gets bigger and smaller. And let's actually... There we go. Alright, so you can make it bigger or smaller. You'll see that there are numbers in a black box that's kind of following my mouse. If I drag it up here, it goes up. If I drag it down here, it goes down. With it, it says W1181 right now, H106. That's your width and your height. So right now, the width is 1,181 pixels and the height is 106 pixels. If I make it smaller, you'll see those numbers get lower. If I make it bigger, those numbers get bigger. Because the width is getting bigger much more than the height only changes about 100 from 94 to 200. But the width goes from 1046 to 2,600 basically, which is 1,000 change. So it's ratioed. You can, when it's bigger, you'll see there are rectangles, white rectangles that appear. So if you use the white circles, that makes it bigger and smaller regardless. If you use these white rectangles, that makes it longer or shorter. It's kind of like cropping it, but it's not cropping, because cropping cuts things. This just reframes it, I guess. So you can reframe it by using the white rectangles on the side of Canva. Sometimes if you have too much space, it'll create an extra space. That's just Canva. And then you can, right now it's selected as a unit. If I click out and I click it again, this is how you know it's selected. You got the white circles and it's outlined in purple. If I click out again, I just hover over it and there's just the purple circle, you'll see that it's an option to highlight it or select it, but it's not actually selected yet. Jace has got it. Great. Once you click it, you might think you can adjust the text. You can, but you have to double click it. Then you'll see this is the space available to edit within. This is the actual space of the text. You double click, once it's highlighted in blue, blah, 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 blah. I actually like the y'all are convincing text. And then you just click out to undo that, and then you keep on going. You'll notice that as I do that, there are pink lines that appear. This pink line down the center that appeared tells you that it is centered in the middle of your short, vertically. So over here, it's too far to the left. Over here, it's too far to the right. You'll see other ones appear. Let me see if I can zoom out enough for you to see the whole thing. This is a square that kind of tells you the usable. That's the smallest amount that you can... This is like the visible range. Sometimes phones are smaller or bigger and stretched out, and so this is the amount that you typically want the most important things to be on, or else it'll get cut off. And then you'll also see that a horizontal line appears here as well. Because it says those pink lines. Ah, heck yeah. Something that came up with Justin earlier is if you have two things, you will see those same lines appear for both of them. And then you'll see like dotted lines, right? So there's solid pink lines in that square I showed you earlier, but now there's also pink dotted lines. And that's showing you the relation of these two elements. These are caption text elements. And you can see that the difference is just right here, because like green versus purple down here. Oh, you can't see that. Hold up. Dang it. All right, tournament. You'll see these green and pink, or green and purple lines down here. These are the separate text things, and whatever is purple, highlighted in purple here, is highlighted in purple down here. If I deselect them, they're both green now. So when something is selected, and you can press shift and hold it and then left click to select both, and they'll all be selected purple. So that's how you know what's selected. But yeah, when you have two elements lined up together like this, pink lines that are dotted will appear to show how lined up they are in relation to each other. So they're stacked right on top of each other. If I do this, because I just copy and pasted and I'm following those lines, they are perfectly stacked on top of each other. And now you'll see that it's horizontally in line as well. That, we can follow those horizontal lines like this. And you'll see that we'll follow that. And now, we can do it on the other side as well. We are perfectly split on either side, but horizontal. So this is like mirrored. So you can do that sort of thing. Let's say you don't like the color pink. You can click captions and edit the captions themselves. Let's say I really don't like this y'all, so let's delete the space there. You can do that. Let's get rid of the screen share overlay. Let's just make it easier for you guys, huh? Alright, and then you can go to styles and change. Let's say I don't like the pink, so let's do this. Or I want this fancy one. Or elevate. This is bright orange. Or I do like the style originally. I think I do like that style. But I think I want a different color. So we're gonna go and we're going to scroll down somewhere. Where is it? Effects. Ah, yes, effects. And you'll see that it has background selected. And you want to make sure that all of these are purple down here, so that when we change one thing, we're changing all of the captions at once. Let's say that you like white captions. We can do that. And then you can also change the transparency. You can change the spread, which is how big the background is. You can change the roundness to be rounder. So let's say we want really decent coverage, but not too bad. And just slight transparency. So now...
Y'all are convincing me that the campfire song is different from the one I already...
It's still selecting it in pink. So let's go to animate. And yep, it's going to highlight things according to the time that it automatically did. And this one... Yeah. So this is where the captions become, unfortunately, premium. But there are other captions. You can do... you can automate the captions and just get rid of the... where are we? Let me reset this. One second. We'll get there eventually. There we go. We got there. Alright, so if we go... If we reselect all of the captions, I just have to click one to select all of them. If you want to select one specifically, you go down to the captions themselves. I'm just doing Control on my keyboard and scrolling with my mouse. And then you just select one. So by selecting that one, nothing else is selected anymore. It's no longer in purple. This is still selected, but you'll notice nothing else is selected anymore. So we have to go back to this one, select it. Nothing else is selected. So we can just change this one, or we can left click and drag and select all of them again. Go to animate, and we can just do stomp, and that should be good.
Y'all are
It's going to be really overwhelming.
convincing me that the campfire song is different from the one I already did.
But if you do word by word, that could work for you. So, fun things, you know, fun things. Do we have any questions? Once you do that, you hit share, you hit download. If you want a video, you do MP4 video and you download it. If you want a picture of something, you click MP4 video. JPEG is going to be a lossy sort of compression, so that means it can get a little pixelated. PNG is one of my favorite ones because it means that... Oh, you can't save it as a PNG when you are free, which sucks because it doesn't tell you that. So if you print, you want PDF print. If you want to email, PDF print. I don't care. It doesn't matter. They're the same thing. JPEG is if you're okay with sharing things online and you don't care if it gets a little pixelated the more you share it. PNG is for if you want to share it online and whatnot. So let's see. Can I download this? You can download a PNG, you just can't download a transparent thing. Back in the day, I did my captions. Let's see. Can we search? Caption. Here it is. I would... You're sick? We don't have enough tissues for you to cry? That's so mean. What? I would type my captions manually. I would watch the entire video and type them here. And so what I did was I would have a copy and paste. Let's see. Let's go back. And let's go to Andy Sonder, this, not your video. I want my videos. Program called Light Hope. I think I've done something like this. So I would go into Canva, my paid account, and I would copy and paste all of my stuff, and then I would take it, Control X, share, download as a PNG, transparent background, current page, done, download, and then I would take it into DaVinci Resolve, and I would manually add all of the captions that way, and that's how I did it. I don't recommend. I recommend, even if it uses AI, to have it done for you, because captions are way too painful. But let me do an example. So, what is this? Oh, that's the audio. So then I would import the media, or use whatever editing thing. I would add the caption, I would put it there, I would highlight that, and then I would make it smaller and bring it down to the bottom, and then I would manually have captions for every single flippin' video. And that, my friends, is how I created the captions for where is it? One of my older videos. I don't know that I did captions on that one. I'm pretty sure I did captions here. Ida has been rightfully celebrated as a disability pride icon in animated shows representing both physical and mental, visible and invisible, dynamic and static disabilities. This is all manual typing through Canva, and it was really annoying and a lot to do. So we have a lot of comments. This did really well because I talked about Ida's disability in the Owl House, all hot topics. These are all very interesting things. Thumbnail could have, you know what? I like the thumbnail. Couldn't have been better. This is just YouTube's custom compression, so that's why it's like that. I used a PNG, so it shouldn't have been compressed, but when you upload it to YouTube, it automatically compresses into a lossy file, which is annoying, but that's fine. Oh, leitmotifs in the Owl House, previous upload. This is an example as well. You'll see captions at the bottom. I did that manually, so it's really awkward. And then later on, when I made stuff, yeah, for a while I was like underneath the bar, and so I was like, ah, dang, this is not very accessible to people. So that's a benefit of using captions through Canva, or other captioning services exist. I just don't remember what they are exactly. Pussy says, I don't know, AI captions may get so confused on my accent. Jay says, yeah, that's why you edit them to be correct after they're generated. Exactly, Jay. Yeah. So you, even with me, I hear that humans a bruised human leg.
Does it taste different from chicken? I'll be right back.
Apparently. And then I had to add in that I'll be right back. You can tell because it's a different font and everything. So yeah, with captions, you really want to make sure that you are proofing them before you do them. If I go to Twitch, I go to some of my captions that I've done. Creator dashboard. We go to community, content, clips. Let's go. Clips I've created. Let's do... I think I did captions on rainbows make cooking easier? Possibly? Ah.
Who was that? You made me good time in making me jump
There we go. Okay, so this one works.
up there.
Can we make this full screen? We can't. That's fine.
Who was that? You made me good time in making me jump there.
So the automatic Twitch captions aren't great, but they're better than nothing. They can be interesting. And they're typically right here in between. That keeps on flashing. I want to highlight it, but I don't want it to do that thing. Anyways, they'll put it right in the center, which is like where your eyes naturally rest. Yeah. Wait, did you figure out the way?
I love it. It's like da 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 da.
Still got it, dang it.
Dang, honestly, I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed I didn't mess that up.
Oh, that's my chat. That's chat. Okay. I was like, oh, did you get the way working? Yeah, anyway, so let's say I want to share this on... Let's download the portrait version, because we're talking about portrait clips.
Making some s'mores. Making s'mores.
So these are... When you download the clips like this, you automatically get the captions like this, and what you get, you get. So if you want to, you can, when you clip somebody, I don't know, let's just go to Twitch. And let's go to Rich Homie Evie. I'm sure she's talking. Let's clip it. When you go to clips and you select it, you can unselect add captions. And then you can also remove them in Clips Manager within 30 days of clip creation. So if you're keeping up on your clips on Twitch, you can do it that way. I feel like I've just rambled for 2.5 hours, which means great stream, guys. Great stream. So for the last half hour or so, no. Can we try to synthesize? Ah, yeah, you have to have it still playing. Unfortunately, it doesn't count that. So how do we do this for ourselves? How do we look at things? Hey, she's playing Palia. Yeah. Because he says lots of awesome learning. Heck yeah. So let's go to gaming. Let's look at shorts in gaming specifically and see what works for people. You'll notice that because I'm on this sort of thing, it's not only choosing music I'm going to listen to, it's also horizontal stuff, which is what I'm going to watch. Gaming. Can we get a short? I think I saw shorts. These are just mine. These are just mine. Like all. I want gaming shorts. Let's do gaming shorts. New gaming channel with YouTube Shorts. You can watch Stream Scheme for that. People quit Fortnite. This. And then Twitch clips. These are all suggestions for how to grow on Twitch, not necessarily actual Twitch clips. So let's go to my actual subscriptions. Gemini Tay. Does she have shorts? I don't like her shorts. Sorry, Gemini. Sorry, Gem. Gran, do you have shorts I like? No, I don't. I don't. Dew Feathers. I love Dew Feathers shorts. Dew Feathers is a content creator on Twitch and YouTube, and she has really great shorts from her content that I really recommend taking and learning from. So here's an example. We have a clip, and then this is why people quit Fortnite. What's the audio? Just curious. Alright, so really relatable moment in Fortnite with really annoying background music, which is like stereotypical YouTube stuff. And then we have just, this is why people quit Fortnite, and then it's just a very popular game, and it's a very familiar experience, so people can, you know, crap about it in the comments. Oh, earned a sub, bro. That's fine. Let me see. These shorts are so entertaining. They always make me day better. This is a bot account. This is AI. This is a bot account. Earned a new sub, bro. This is a AI bot account. Or just a bot or a scam. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, bro, this happens every day, bro. Even to me, probably. Nice short, you've earned a subscribe. All of these are pretty much normal. But if you're talking about, like, nice short, you've earned a subscribe. Bro, this happens every day, bro. Even to me. Exactly, bruh. Or, earned a new sub, bro. All of those are going to be just, those raise the red flag. Dude buying viewers and comments? Not necessarily. I get those all the time on my channel, and they just get flagged so that people don't see them usually. But bots are just ridiculous. They just do it in hopes. I don't even know why they exist. They're just stupid. This is another example of a converted short. So the heroes killed the wrong person, so they're annoying. I don't like this so much. I'm not gonna watch it. Bro is not losing all of his loot. So you have this thought of like, oh, what's he gonna do to lose the loot? I'm pretty sure this is AI, because this is not Fortnite. So people, the reason why people looked at this was because it looks weird, I'm sure. This is a skit, so we have acting. People like skits. They like story, like, oh, this is what happens when you're a kid, when you're a student, etc., etc. They like storytelling, transformation stuff. This is another example. This is a trend, like how kids play games and stuff. Comparing generations, comparing how you were as a kid to how you are as an adult. This is people talking. You don't know who these people are, so they probably said something that explains what it is in the first 5 seconds, but not enough to actually make sense, because it's not gonna make sense, because they're just... I don't even know. I don't like those content. Do you recommend making clips for yourself? We have a clear face in the front. Use stream markers, and if you use stream markers, people can't see, so this is how you can clip things out of your stream and then make highlights. Yeah, so if you use stream markers while you're streaming, I tried them for a short time, but I just forgot to. Because he said, not gonna lie, I hope the AI stops our real human moments and creativity can shine. True. But also, because of the AI, our real human moments and creativity can shine better because of the contrast. Like, if all you know is paradise, then, like, minor inconveniences are going to be the worst day in your life. But because we have bad days, our positive moments can shine so much more. It's about reframing. Cat in Chat, I really, really love as a content creator for growing on Twitch and stuff. You can see, this is kind of zoomed in because it's got a lossy quality. You've lost some quality, but it's clearly good quality. Here we go. This is the clip itself. So she edited this herself. You can't do this automatically in Twitch. But you can make clips. You can add markers. And we have captions here. Stuff like that. We've got captions. We've got people and people. So we've got somebody who's generally seen as like really positive, like really like somebody to look up to, and then she's just like gassing up somebody else. So that's, I think, the value here is just like, oh, this person I want to be like really likes this person, so what's got her attention because I want to get her attention, kind of, sort of. That is unfortunately a really creepy side of YouTube, but yeah. Comments. Pretty good. Not too much AI. A lot of people appreciate the actual content. This is... Alright, so this is inappropriate in the beginning, and she's reacting to this. At least 1,500 demure videos. Needs to learn how to be more mindful. Alright, so yeah, he's just being... So this is a very short thing. That's her reacting. People like reaction clips. I don't like reaction clips. I think they're kind of lazy, but people like reaction clips if they know the person who's reacting, at least. We don't need to watch this necessarily. Here we go. So we've got animated, have you ever seen this bug before? So that gets your attention. We have a card hold. She's cut out a lot of the empty space in this clip. So, Jay says it's slowing down a lot right now. Heck yeah. Hopefully not my stream. I think you're talking about AI, though. But yeah, we've got the captions happening here. They could probably go a little higher, because on mobile, pretty much here to here is cut off in mobile. We see personality in here. We have bright colors. She's absolutely gorgeous. Let's just admit it. And then we've also got the interesting bit of like the biology. And so we've got the captions, and then we've got what's going on in stream, and she's made it so that it's a really enjoyable moment on stream. So you can see what's happening and what she's talking about, and it's very visual and accessible. I really like it. And you'll see she does this for a lot of things. So we get the Pokemon close-up, we get her reaction and the captions. She's got a typewriter effect on her captions. So you can't skip ahead. Got the reactions. She's got an overlay as well, so you'll notice as she's motioning, these leaves are over her, so they're not actually in person. That's an overlay. Like, these leaves are an overlay, right? Very fun. And then this is a really cool streamer. Up and coming. Very cool. Highly recommend. 12 out of 10. Had a huge announcement. I recommend you watch that one. Because it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a lot of chatting about shorts and shorts content. How we doing? How we feeling? Are we feeling info dumped on? Because that's basically what I did. Ooh, I can show you one more thing before we end. One more thing before we end. If you are creating YouTube shorts in Canva and you want to be able to do a let's go on to YouTube. Let's go on to shorts. Okay. Not this one. Let's do sellsword arts, right? So screenshot any short you want, preferably somebody that you are subscribed to, not your own content. And you'll see all of the things that pop up on your screen. Just screenshot it, okay? Screenshot. Hello? I screenshotted it. Can you screenshot for me? There we go. So I screenshotted it. I'm going to upload it to Canva. I'm gonna use this one because I need the Canva that I'm logged into on my phone. I swear this works. I swear this works for the free version too. Videos. We're gonna go to YouTube Shorts. We're gonna go to Canva. We're gonna go to, come on, the site can be reached. What are you talking about? We're gonna go to recents on Canva, right? So I'm on the same thing on my phone as I am in Canva on the computer. We are going to new video editor beta, whatever. We're gonna go to uploads on the phone. You just scroll on the bottom until you find uploads. We're gonna upload file. And I'm gonna take that screenshot that I just took. I'm not gonna show you my phone right now because I don't want to dox myself. I don't know what photos I have. What the heck? What the heck? I have 20 different notifications going on. Alright. So now I've added the screenshot. It's really small next to the leopard because it's really small. But now you'll see that I uploaded it from my phone. Now we just take this. We're going to right-click, detach image from background. And we're just going to make it fit. Jace says, in the programming space, people are realizing that AI costs money and spending more to get human programmers back. Infinity says, oh, Infinity said in response to AI slowing down a lot right now. Not really, but it is more like it's being pushed so hard that you know it doesn't exactly have much longer the way it is. But Jay responded, in the programming space, people are realizing that AI costs money and spending more to get human programmers back. Yeah. So maybe in the like view of like what we can experience as just like people who consume the content, it doesn't feel like it's going away. But for us in the content creation, in for those of you in coding and whatnot, it is technically going away. It's just not visibly going away. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is the important thing that I want to show you guys before I end the stream. You upload a short, and I can share this design. YouTube Shorts template, right? You upload something like this. I'm going to show you how to do it in general. You're gonna, there we go. So here to here, and I'm just gonna cover the entire screen in what you can see visibly in the short. And I'm going to make this transparent so that I can keep on working with the other thing, right? And let's not see that, right? Let's just look at this. All right. Whoa, zoomed in on his chest there. Did not mean to. All right, so I'm just going to start pressing R to create these rectangles. And I'm going to start highlighting different areas that are covered by text. So Control C and then Control V. We're gonna go down and then we're gonna make it wider. We're gonna see this. And we're actually going to add some corner roundings so that it represents what is being shown there. that's how you get that, and then you can just make it smaller. And then this. Bam. And then you have all of these down here. So I'm going to say that these are also kind of hard. So from about here down, you're going to have something making it hard to work with. And then at the very least, this much is going to be covered. So now, position this in the back to delete him. We can bring this transparency up to, let's say, 40. And then these, let's just select everything. And then transparency equals 40, right? So now we can see that this is the template we can work with. So if we want to edit a video, we want captions somewhere in this light pink area because it's not going to be covered by the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, where you got the audio from, where your title is, and whatnot. And that's how you get a template for anything. You can apply this logic to literally anything. This is just YouTube Shorts, but you can do it for Instagram Shorts, or Instagram Reels. You can do it for TikTok, all of that sort of things. So hopefully this is helpful in you guys creating your own first steps. For me, I think one of the first steps I want to do, and again, this was going to be my content plan for today, was I wanted to do a content challenge for July. I wanted to create that, but I felt like that wasn't what God wanted me to do this stream, so I redirected, and we had a little learning from what we do. We had a little bit of, we tried to do a little application. We did a little bit of touring Canva, doing a Canva tour and tutorial. We talked about how to do captions on Canva. We talked about using templates versus doing it yourself. We did a little bit of Streamlabs. We analyzed content on YouTube. So we analyzed all of these shorts and a couple of other things. I think that's going to be today's live stream. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If somebody wants to start the buy train, I will join them. Yeah, I will see you guys on Wednesday for a co-working stream. I'm going to hop on over to Cozy's stream in Twitch if anybody wants to hang out with him. That is going to be... Come on, I can't see. Where is it? Bye! Bye! Who redeemed that? Is that the Cozy Beard? Thank you! Bye! Bye, guys! Thanks for joining me. Let's give a shout out to Cozy, where I'm gonna go on Twitch and hang out. Infinity redeemed where? Why did the where not work? Oh no! Oh, because we don't have a where. That's why it didn't work. How do we not have a win? Oh, we're hearing your VOD. Ooh, you have chapters. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna go join chat. You have 28 followers, so you're halfway to your goal. Heck yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. Shadow says redeem el chupacabra. Alright. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm glad you're here. I hope you have a wonderful day. And bye! Because you guys already did the bye train. Okay, bye.